1571, the Yucatan people fell ill to the pest. One man set up a factory and, along with other people, drank it. The substance turned the people blue and made them unable of breathing in air. They snappily moved to the ocean and created a civilization in the deep water, Talokan. One of the women who ingested the factory had a baby named Kayukalkan. The baby grew up to become sovereign of Talokan. When Fen failed, she asked to be buried on the land. Kayukalkan led some guards up to the land where he saw a civilization. They attacked the civilization to make room for his mama's burial. One of the townies called him Neymar, meaning the boy without love. Shuri works in her lab, trying hard to produce an artificial heart-shaped herb to use for her family and Wakanda's king, T'Challa, who's dying of an illness. Ramonda sluggishly walks into the lab, publicizing the king's death. A time latterly, Wakanda is having trouble with other nations wanting their vibranium. The Dora Milaje catch French military men trying to steal from their village. Latterly, Ramonda addresses to the United Nations and reveals the French's attempt to steal. She reminds the countries that indeed though the black catamount is gone, they will still fight. At a mining village, Americans mine in the ocean using a vibranium sensor that was created by an MIT pupil, Riri Williams. They use this to find vibranium in the ocean. Suddenly they come under attack by Talokanils who don't want them stealing their vibranium. The last remaining copter of survivors is struck down by Neymar. In Wakanda, Ramonda and Shuri go to the water and mourn the time since T'Challa's end. They burn their burial garments to signify the end of the mourning period, despite Shuri not being fully ready for this. Neymar also arrives, getting through the border by going under the water. He reveals to them the actuality of Talokan and wants their help to stop natives from taking vibranium. He also explains that Wakanda isn't the only place that has vibranium, Talokan has it too. Ramonda tells him off, bothered of his presence. He tells them he's going to kill the scientist who made the machine and that they can help him, but they cannot get in his way. Shuri and Okoye go to meet Everett Ross, who gives them the name and position of the youthful scientist, despite conceivably giving away private information. Okoye and Shuri also go to Cambridge, Massachusetts to find Williams. They follow her to her garage where she reveals that she's working on an Iron Man type armor. Still, they are followed by the FBI. The three get down, Okoye in her auto, Shuri in a motorcycle, and Williams in her armor. Suddenly, they are met by Talokanils, Achuma, and Namora. A brief skirmish ends in Shuri and Williams getting captured. Ross arrives at the scene the coming day and meets with High's ex-wife, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. He also finds Kimoyo globules and hides them. In Wakanda, and rankled Queen Ramonda reprimands Okoye for losing Shuri, which is aggravated by former incidents similar as when she putatively sided with Killmonger when he commandeered the throne, and fires her from her position as general. Shuri and Williams wake up in Talokan. Neymar shows Shuri the civilization, trying to move her of his ideals, indeed giving her his mama's cuff. Still, she disagrees in killing Williams. Meanwhile, Ramonda goes to Haiti to see Nakia, who had left Wakanda 6 times prior. She asks Nakia to find Shuri for her. Nakia does some espionage and figures out the position. She also breaks Williams and Shuri out as Ramonda addresses to Neymar about his plan. They return to Wakanda, but only for further torment as Neymar and his people foray. They submerge the megacity, causing an all-out war. Neymar takes care of all of the Wakandan vehicles before submerging the throne room holding Ramonda and Williams. Williams starts drowning, so Ramonda swims to save her. She's suitable to get Williams to safety, but only to drown in the process. Shuri mourns her mama, and as Namor tells her she's queen now. He and his people also leave the country. Meanwhile, Allegra de Fontaine finds out that Ross has been communicating with Wakanda this whole time and has him arrested. M'Baku talks to Shuri after the burial and gives her moral judgment that she shouldn't kill Namor. He also tells her he'll give casing for the displaced Wakandans following the attack. Shuri also uses Namor's mama's cuff to produce the artificial heart-shaped condiment which eventually works. She goes to the astral plane after taking it and is saluted by Eric Killmonger, who claims they are the same. They argue a bit before Shuri claims she's going to kill Namor out of vengeance. Shuri wakes up and makes herself a suit. She also drops into a meeting between M'Baku and the elders as the Black Catamount. In medication of the battle, Shuri and Williams realize that they could weaken Namor by hotting his body up to where it cannot get oxygen. They also make her alternate Ironheart armor. Shuri gives Okoye new armor, acting much like Iron Man's as well, called the Midnight Angels. Okoye recruits Anika to be piecemeal of her two-woman platoon. In the ocean, they use a vessel to bait the Talokanils into a trap. The battle commences as Namor seems to gain the upper hand. Still, Black Catamount traps him in a Royal Talon fighter as they take off down from the battle. Meanwhile, the Dora Milaje fight the Talokanils on the side of the vessel while the Jabari tribe, Nakia, and the others battle the Bones. On top, Ironheart and the Midnight Angels take care of the airborne Talokanils. Black Catamount heats up the Royal Talon fighter, weakening Namor, but he begins to break out with his shaft. Black Catamount shoots a blast from her vibranium trials, which explodes the whole boat, transferring the two adversaries into the islet below. The two fight some further until Namor impales Shuri. Still, rather of finishing her off, he's more upset about getting to the water before he dies. An injured Black Catamount breaks free and gets in front of the limping Namor. She also yells, "Wakanda forever," as she armors up, transferring a blast from the exploding Talon fighter into Namor. He's set ablaze as he collapses. She stands over him to finish him off, but remembers her family, T'Challa. With these recollections of the man he was, she decides to spare Namor's life as long as he returns to Talokan. Namor has gratefulness for the Black Catamount and joins her as they return to the fight scene and tell everyone to stop fighting. Black Catamount also yells, "Wakanda forever," formally again as the rest repeat it back. In the fight, Williams returns to MIT without her armor as the Wakandans don't want any contestation with letting her keep it. Shuri leaves for Haiti rather of challenging for the throne, which eventually is challenged by M'Baku. Latterly, Namor paints in his room as Achuma greets him. Namor assures her that their new alliance with Wakanda will be salutary. On his way to captivity, Okoye breaks Ross out of guardianship. In Haiti, Shuri meets with Nakia before leaving for the sand where she burns her burial conventional mask, allowing her to eventually suffer. In a mid-credits scene, Shuri learns that Nakia and T'Challa have a son, Toussaint, who Nakia has been raising in secret far from the pressure of the throne. Toussaint reveals his Wakandan name is T'Challa. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, shares it, and subscribes this channel Hollywood NetHD for new and best Hollywood movies summary and upcoming movies trailers.